last, I think, official game of the day against Anna Musicuk, who I think is one of the coaches of the Challengers teams, and she's also been one of the very best female players of the last 10 years, and has several World Championship titles in Rapid and Blitz. So let's get going. We'll continue with the Ruy Lopez. There will be a couple of unofficial games after this, so the show will not be stopped immediately, but this is the last game of the competition. But I think Team Polgar has already won it, so she plays this a bit trickily. I'll go h3. I'm waiting for b5 before determining where I go with my knight, because I may want to go to b3 there later on. Now I probably have to go to f1, since she did a good job of waiting sufficiently. And like usually when d5 comes, you would go b4 and then knight to b3. But obviously here with the knight on f1, such a plan would be more time consuming and then probably less successful. So I'll go a4 instead, as I did in one of the other games. Then I need to meet b4 with a5. Now here, I think knight g3. She can go d4 at any point. She can also exchange on e4, probably take with the knight and then the pawn, and play a queenless middle game, which I think could be slightly better for white. At least I'm clinging to the hope. So b4 is logical, but now she is opening up for a possible bishop a4, so it's a little bit double-edged. Okay, d4, let's go knight e4. If she trades everything, I think I'm fine with that. I believe a5 is probably a bigger strength than a weakness in the ending. Now, so normally you would go rook d1 without thinking. What could be more natural than that? But I do think maybe bishop d1 is more precise, because I want to put the bishop on e2 and pressurize a6. And also, if I'd gone rook d1, there could have followed rook d8. And then if bishop d3, there's bishop c4. And additionally, if I trade on d8, it's not so easy to bring the bishop to d3. And if bishop e3, then she could trade on d1. So I think maybe it's more clever to keep both rooks on the board. Now, yeah, rook d8, I follow my plan and go bishop e2, obviously. I don't think I have much here at all, but the possibilities that something will go wrong, I think, are slightly higher for black, since if I lose the a5 pawn, that's bad for me, but if she loses a6, then it's a disaster. So Musicuk is a very well-educated player, and she immediately spots a nice positional plan here, which is to go knight c8 to d6. And that probably equalizes the game more or less, but maybe not completely. I still have some ideas like rook b1 and then knight b3. I should have gone rook b1 immediately maybe, but I can still protect c3, so it's fine. Okay, let's bring the king a little bit closer. Can never hurt. If f5, I go king e1. f4, I'm not so sure about. It may just cement e5 as a backwards pawn. And c6 I don't like at all. I think she is overprotecting the knight on b5, but she is leaving a pretty glaring weakness on the b6 square, which I'm now using to invade. I'm sacking the pawn on c3, but I don't care about that since I want to invade. Now rook d7, I should be winning. King f6, there's bishop d8. And here there's a little trick with bishop c7, rook bishop g7, I have rook g7, and then take on e5 and c3. And then the bishops will decide. As I talked about on another stream, bishops on adjacent diagonals are very strong because they cover a lot of squares. Let's just do all of them, right? And this one, this. Okay, sure.